Namaste, and once again welcome back to another session of online maths class. And today we move on to the last part of exercise 5.3 in NCERT class 10 maths. Let's start with question number 18. Here the question is, a spiral is made up of successive semicircles with the centers alternately at A and B. Starting with center at A of radii 0.5 centimeter, 1.0 centimeter, 1.5 centimeter, 2.0 centimeter, etc. as shown in the figure. What is the total length of such a spiral made up of 13 consecutive semicircles? Take the value of pi as 22 by 7. Okay. So here we are given a spiral and it is made up of successive semicircle. Starting with A as center, here we can see one semicircle, and B as center, another semicircle. Then again A as center, one large semicircle, and B as center, another one large semicircle, and so on. Okay, there are 13 consecutive semicircles, and we have to find the total length of the spiral. Okay, that means the circumference or the perimeter of the semicircle, and we have to add up all these. Okay, so let it be L1, L2, L3, L4 and so on. The length of spiral or the length of each semicircle, that we take it as L1, L2, L3 and so on. Okay, so let L1, L2, L3 etc. be the length of each semicircle. Clear? Length means perimeter or circumference. We know the circumference of a circle is 2 pi r, and that of a semicircle will be the half of circle, that is pi r. 2 pi r divided by 2, and it is pi r. So pi r is the circumference. Clear? And here we can take the radii as r1 is equal to 0.5, r2 is equal to 1.0, r3 is equal to 1.5, r4 is equal to 2.0, etc. Okay. Now we can find the length of the first semicircle, that means the semicircle centered at A. Okay. Then we take it as L1. So L1 is equal to, we know the formula pi r. So here pi r1. Pi value given as 22 by 7. So 22 by 7 into r1 is 0.5. And 0.5 we can rewrite as 1 by 2. Okay. This 2 and 22 we can cancel. We get 11. So 11 by 7. And consider this as A1, the first term. Okay. Now L2 is equal to pi R2, which is equal to 22 by 7 into R2 value is 1. So 22 by 7. Let it be A2. Then L3 is equal to pi R3. That is 22 by 7 into R3 is 1.5. That is 22 by 7 into 1.5 can be written as 3 by 2. Okay. Again this 2 and 22 cancel, 11. That is 33 divided by 7. Let it be A3, the third term. And so on. Now we can find the difference between the consecutive term, that is A2 minus A1. Here A2 is 22 by 7. And A1 is 11 by 7, so it is 11 by 7. And A3 minus A2, which is equal to 33 by 7 minus 22 by 7, again it is 11 by 7. That means the difference between consecutive terms is the same. That means the list of numbers forms an AP, or the given situation is an arithmetic progression. So therefore it is an AP with the first term A is equal to 11 by 7 and D is also is equal to 11 by 7. Understood? Now we can find the sum. Here there are 13 consecutive semicircles, so n can be taken as 13. N is equal to 13 and A is equal to 11 by 7, D is also equal to 11 by 7. Now sum we have formula Sn is equal to n by 2 into 2A plus n minus 1 into D. Okay. Now we can replace the values, which is equal to n is 13, so 13 by 2 into 2A, 2 into 11 by 7 plus 13 minus 1 into 11 by 7. That is 13 by 2 into here 22 by 7 plus 12 into 11 by 7, which is equal to 13 by 2 into 22 by 7 plus 12 into 11. 12 into 11 is 132 divided by 7. That is 13 by 2 into, here denominator is same, so keeping the denominator same and add the numerator. 22 plus 132, which is equal to 154. Okay. That is 13 by 2 into, now we can divide 154 by 7, which is 22. 22 and 2 we can cancel 11. Now 13 into 11. 13 into 11 is 143. So we can write total length of spiral is equal to 143 centimeter. Clear? Now we move on to question number 19. 200 logs are stacked in the following manner. 20 logs in the bottom row, 19 in the next row, 18 in the row next to it, and so on. In how many rows are the 200 logs placed and how many logs are in the top row? Okay, here you can write the number of logs as 20, then 90, 18 and so on. So here the list of numbers forms an AP with the first term A is equal to 20 and D is equal to 19 minus 20, which is equal to minus 1. Clear? Now there are 200 logs. That means the total number of logs is equal to 200. That can be taken as the sum. Sn is equal to 200. We know the formula to find the sum of an AP. Sn is n by 2 into 2A plus n minus 1 into D. It will be equal to 200. Now we can replace the known values, that is n by 2 into 2 into 20, then plus n minus 1. N we have to find out, so n minus 1 into D is minus 1, which is equal to 200. That is n by 2 into 2 into 20 is 40, then n minus 1 into minus 1, minus into plus, minus n, minus into minus plus, plus 1, which is equal to 200. That is n by 2 into 40 plus 1, that is 41 minus n, which is equal to 200. This 2 we can take to right side, that is n into 41 minus n, which is equal to 200 into 2. Now n into 41 is 41n and n into minus n is minus n square, which is equal to 200 into 2, 400. Or we can write 41n minus n square minus 400 is equal to 0. Now we can rearrange the equation. Minus n square plus 41n minus 400 is equal to 0. We can multiply with a minus 1. So n square minus 41n plus 400 is equal to 0. So this is the given quadratic equation. By solving this quadratic equation, we will get a value of n. Okay. So here n is equal to minus of minus 41 plus or minus root of minus 41 the whole square minus 4ac, 4 into 1 into 400 divided by 2a, 2 into 1. Minus of minus plus, that is 41 plus or minus root of 41 square. 41 square is 1681. Then minus 4 into 1 into 400, that is 1600 divided by 2. Or we can write 41 plus or minus root of 1681 minus 1600, and it is 81 divided by 2. That is 41 plus or minus root 81 is 9 divided by 2. 41 plus 9 divided by 2 or 41 minus 9 divided by 2. That is 50 divided by 2 or 41 minus 9. 41 minus 9 is 32 divided by 2. That is 25 or 16. Okay. So we got the value of n as 25 or 16. We got two positive values. So we have to check which one is possible. For that we can find the nth terms. Nth term means a25, the 25th term and the 16th term. So when n is equal to 25, a25 is equal to a plus 24d, which is equal to, here a is 20, so 20 plus 24 into d is minus 1, that is 20 minus 24, which is equal to minus 4. A25 is minus 4, that means the 25th term is minus 4. Or in other words, we can say that the number of logs on the 25th row will be equal to minus 4. Is it possible? No. The answer is minus 4, so it is not possible. The number cannot be negative. The number of logs cannot be negative, so we reject the value n is equal to 25. N is equal to 25 is not possible. Now we can check the next one. 16. When n is equal to 16, a16, the 16th term is equal to a plus 15d. That is 20 plus 15 into minus 1. And 20 minus 15, which is equal to 5. So it's a positive value and it is possible. That means the number of logs on the 16th row will be equal to 5. Okay. So now we got n is equal to 16 and a16 is equal to 5. Okay. Number of rows. N means the number of rows. So the number of rows is 16 and the number of logs on the top row. Top row means the 16th row will be equal to what? 5. So we can conclude number of rows is equal to 16 and number of logs on the top row will be equal to 5. Okay, understood? Now we move on to the last question in this exercise. In a potato race, a bucket is placed at the starting point, which is 5 meters from the first potato, and the other potatoes are placed 3 meters apart in a straight line. There are 10 potatoes in the line. A competitor starts from the bucket, picks up the nearest potato, runs back with it, drops it in the bucket, runs back to pick up the next potato, runs to the bucket to drop it in, and she continues in the same way until all the potatoes are in the bucket. What is the total distance the competitor has to run? So first we can check whether it is an AP or not. So in order to take the first potato, the competitor has to run 5 meter forward and 5 meter backward to put the potato in the bucket. Clear? So 5 plus 5 which is equal to 10. That is, first term can be taken as 5 plus 5 which is equal to what? 10. And in order to take the second potato, here the second potato is placed. So to take the second potato, now the position of the competitor is near the bucket, the starting point. Okay. So the competitor has to run this much distance first to take the potato. That is 5 plus 3, 8. Clear? And she has to run back that much distance. That is 8 plus 8. That is 8 is equal to 8 plus 8 which is equal to what? 16. Okay. And to take the third potato, the competitor has to run 5 plus 3 plus 3. That is this much distance. 11 meter forward and 11 meter backward. That is A3 is equal to 11 plus 11 which is equal to 22 and so on. Okay. Clearly it is an AP. That is A2 minus A1 here is 16 minus 10 which is equal to 6. And A3 minus A2 is 22 minus 16 which is equal to 6. It is an AP with A is equal to 10 and D is equal to 6. Okay. Now there are 10 potatoes. Okay. So that can be taken as N. N is equal to 10. So we have to find the total distance. That means the sum. Sn is equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. And which is equal to 10 by 2 into 2 into 10 plus 10 minus 1 into d is 6. Okay, 10 by 2 is 5. 5 into 20 plus 9 into 6. That is S10 is equal to 5 into 20 plus 54. Which is equal to 5 into 74. And 5 into 74 is 370. Okay. That means the competitor has to run total distance of 370 meter. Okay. The total distance the competitor has to run is equal to 370 meter. Clear? Okay, this finishes exercise 5.3 as well as the chapter arithmetic progression. If you have any doubt, you can ask in the comment section. So keep watching. Thank you.